All right, let's just get right into it. Inside every single one of us, there's this hidden biological force, a force that literally drives our actions, our passions, and honestly, our boldest dreams. I'm talking, of course, about testosterone. But in this explainer, we aren't just going to look at it as some simple hormone. No, we're taking a completely different angle. We're going to look at it as a hidden biological code. Think of it like a programming language that defines your energy, your confidence, and your inner resilience. And today, we're decoding the whole thing together. So here is our roadmap for this explainer. We're breaking this journey down into 4 parts. First, the biological spark. Second, physical superpowers. Third, the mind's dark side. And finally, part 4, mastering the hormone. All right, let's kick things off with part 1, the biological spark, where it all begins. You know, before testosterone ever even hits your muscles, it actually starts out as an invisible signal deep inside your brain. It's this complex biological cascade. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a highly secure biological memo. It all starts in the hypothalamus, which is basically the control center for your hormonal signals. It sends a message over to the pituitary gland, which responds by releasing something called luteinizing hormone. This hormone travels down, stimulating the testes to immediately ramp up testosterone production. But the real magic? That happens at the cellular level. These molecules just pass right through your cell membranes, convert into dihydrotestosterone, and march directly into the cell nucleus. And why does that matter? Because it binds directly to your DNA, literally activating or suppressing gene transcription. Your brain is sending a signal to your body to alter its very genetic expression. It's absolutely wild. Moving right along to section 2, physical superpowers, incredible changes. Okay, so once that genetic code is flipped on at the cellular level, the physical transformations that follow are, well, they're nothing short of incredible. When DNA transcription fires up, testosterone stimulates massive protein synthesis. We're talking rapid tissue recovery. Your muscles don't just get a little bigger. They become substantially thicker, stronger, and way more enduring. It's essentially building physical armor for your body. Your bones get denser and a lot more resistant to injury. It even kicks collagen production into overdrive, making your skin and tendons super elastic and capable of handling really heavy loads. These biological advantages are massive. I mean, it's exactly why artificial testosterone sits right at the dead center of pretty much every major sports doping scandal in history. For sure, it is quite literally a biological cheat code. But it goes way beyond just muscle and bone. Consistently high testosterone reshapes your entire appearance. It basically triggers what the internet playfully calls the gigachat effect. High testosterone literally changes the structure of your face. Your brow ridges grow a lot more prominent, your jaw becomes massive and highly angular, and even your chin and forehead areas actually increase in size. And alongside these severe physical masculinization traits, you also see a huge spike in libido and body hair growth. You biologically morph into a physically dominant version of yourself. But here's where things take a turn. Section 3. The mind's dark side. Psychological risks. Like I mentioned right at the start, this is a double-edged sword. You simply can't have all these incredible physical superpowers without a catch. And that catch is a pretty dangerous psychological twist. See, testosterone completely rewires your brain's decision-making architecture. First, it targets the striatum, which is your brain's reward center. When testosterone surges, this area lights up like a Christmas tree. It totally dulls your perception of risk and heavily magnifies any potential rewards. You gamble more boldly, you drive faster, you just take bigger swings at life. But at the exact same time, your prefrontal cortex, the part of you responsible for restraint and rational thinking, becomes suppressed. It just flat out ignores caution. So it creates this highly dangerous imbalance where your brain literally stops asking what if and impulsively demands why not. To really anchor this abstract brain science into reality, let's look at a vivid, real-world example: Mike Tyson. Tyson was, without a doubt, one of the most fearsome and gifted boxers in human history. His testosterone levels fueled such legendary explosive power that he could just demolish world-class opponents with a single punch. Back in 1986, this raw biological force helped him become the youngest heavyweight world champion ever. But remember that suppressed prefrontal cortex we just talked about? Right, that exact same hormonal surge drove incredibly dangerous, impulsive, and aggressive out-of-ring scandals. His physical power was absolute, but his restraint was completely compromised. He is kind of the ultimate symbol of this deeply aggressive, unchecked biological force. So when you break down these mental shifts, a really clear pattern emerges. Testosterone acts as the ultimate fuel for competitiveness and this deep-seated drive for dominance. It makes you want to lead, win, conquer.
It massively increases your persistence while simultaneously just nuking your fear of risk, which, are incredible qualities for bold leaders. But crucially, and this is the dark side, it reduces empathy and sympathy for others. Your ability to connect with the feelings of the people around you just drops off a cliff. This is exactly why high testosterone risks causing harsh behavior, brutal relationship conflicts, and a pretty much total lack of interpersonal warmth. Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, Mastering the Hormone Optimization Methods. So we know how it's made, we've seen the physical gifts, and we definitely understand the psychological dangers. The big question now is, how do we actually wield this force safely and effectively? Optimizing your testosterone requires a deeply grounded, no-nonsense lifestyle approach. First up, regular heavy training. We're talking intense exercises that target large muscle groups, squats, presses, deadlifts. But huge warning here, overtraining will actually sabotage and lower your testosterone, so balance is absolutely everything. Second, your diet. It has to be balanced with plenty of adequate proteins and healthy fats, while strictly avoiding sugar, processed foods, and excessive alcohol. Those things actively impair your testicular function. Third, 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. This is non-negotiable, guys. Lack of sleep literally tanks your levels overnight. And finally, you must aggressively reduce chronic stress. Why? Because chronic stress spikes cortisol, and cortisol is the absolute biological enemy of testosterone.
Really, mastering this hormone boils down to 3 core pillars. We just covered pillar 1, lifestyle. That's your sleep, heavy lifting, and diet. Once you have that foundation totally locked in, then you can start looking at pillar 2, supplements. Vitamins and minerals like zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D are totally vital here. You can also utilize adaptogens like ashwagandha to help knock down that stress, or plant extracts like ginseng and tribulus, which the data suggests can effectively boost both your levels and your libido. And finally, pillar 3, medical intervention. Now, this is strictly doctor-prescribed hormone replacement therapy. Never ever approach pillar 3 without a qualified medical professional diagnosing you first and ruling out any contraindications. So, what should you really take away from all of this? The single hormone, this microscopic biological code, has literally helped build empires, it's won world wars, and it has pushed humanity to achieve impossibly great goals. It is the purest fuel of ambition, but it has the power to blind you. It can push you right to the edge of a dangerous cliff where your sheer desire to win completely overshadows all reason. As you look to master your own biology and optimize your life, I want to leave you with one final question to ponder. As you unlock this incredible force, will your drive for dominance overshadow reason and caution? Because the choice of how you use this code is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it brought you immense value today. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I'll see you in the next one.